We are less than... Actually, truthfully, we don't know when this G.I. Joe June is actually going to happen. I think most of us are just assuming that it's going to be 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But we'll find out pretty soon, I guess. Anyway, that means that we're less than 12 hours away from this new Fan First Fridays. But earlier today, I saw on one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, G.I. Joe Classified Northern Outpost. As I was scrolling through this Northern Outpost, I found this particular post, which was from G.I. Joe Official, a Facebook page which is being run by, according to here, it's actually being run by Hasbro Incorporated. So, this is probably, hopefully, official news. And I saw this post here, which was posted 6 hours ago now, and it says, "We heard you want more blood. Starting next week, additional quantities of Major Bludd will be hitting store shelves as part of Yo Joe June. Stay tuned for more exciting G.I. Joe news during tomorrow's Hasbro Pulse Fan First Fridays, all month long, including details on reissues of previously released Special Missions Cobra Island figures." All right, that is pretty exciting, guys. So, unlike some of the other Cobra Island figures that have been released in the past, Major Bludd really hasn't been that difficult to find, which is great. And it looks like Hasbro is doing right by the fans finally, and seems to be addressing a lot of the major issues that a lot of fans have been, really complaining about in terms of trying to find these Cobra Island G.I. Joe figures in the wild. And this is a really big announcement, I've got to say. If this is in fact an official announcement by Hasbro, this is amazing. There have been so many people out there, so many different fans, who have not been able to pick up any sort of Cobra Island figures. I know that there are a lot of people, and one of the reasons why, Facebook groups like G.I. Joe Classified Northern Outpost exist is because we as fans need to come together and try to help each other find these figures. And that's basically why a lot of these, small fan groups started to pop up. And now, this wonderful announcement, seemingly anyway, we're gonna find out if it's confirmed tomorrow at hopefully 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't quote me on that because I'm not really 100% sure. Just stay tuned to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel to actually watch the podcast, the Fan First Fridays. But this announcement appears to be official, and I'm super excited about this because it really does mean that people are finally going to be able to get more Cobra Island figures. It's not really clear which ones are being re-released. That's kind of disappointing, but I guess that's exactly why they have their Fan First Fridays. They're going to start telling us exactly which figures are going to be re-released and reissued. But what does that mean, for the other G.I. Joe figures? Does that mean that we possibly could be getting Beachhead, or we possibly could be getting any of the other reissued figures? Like, for instance, the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers, or perhaps, like I said, a Baroness earlier that I mentioned. Here's my theory, though. I'm not 100% sure we are going to be seeing another reissue of Beachhead anytime soon. That, unfortunately, I don't think is something that is realistic. As you can see here in Canada, we are definitely getting a lot more Baronesses, and that's awesome. That is really just amazing news. And that is exciting for anybody who missed out on a Baroness for 100%. Hopefully that's something that's going to be reissued in the States as well. That way a lot of people who are looking for Baronesses will be able to get their hands on one. And I really hope that it's not going to be the same situation that I've always complained about, which is I don't mind that Target has an exclusive. I don't mind that. But it's all about the distribution. Look at all of these figures here at one Toys R Us. This is the kind of thing you want to see in a toy store. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 20. It looks like it anyway. It seems like they're double stacked here on the second shelf. So it really is very encouraging that something like that might happen down in Targets down south. But when it comes down to figures like the Cobra Troopers, these ones seem very likely that they're going to be reissuing these. I have a very... I'm hoping that they'll reissue the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers, but here's the problem with that. They've just issued the Cobra Infantry Troopers. So, the likelihood of them reissuing the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers is very slim. You would be eating into your current market and cannibalizing it for the most part, because the Cobra Infantry Troopers are selling really well. So, releasing the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers would just be eating into that market. But everybody loves troopers. Everybody wants more of these Cobra Island Cobra Troopers, and I really don't think that it would hurt the sales that much for the Cobra Island Infantry Troopers. Basically, if you were a G.I. Joe fan, you're going to want every sort of army builder that you can get. So, don't be afraid, Hasbro, to reissue the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers. I think everybody wants them. They really look good. They come with a whole bunch of different accessories, including, the goggles, the chevron band, the extra guns, all these really great things that come with the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers. People want this. It's not bad to reissue it. Definitely look into that, Hasbro. I think that a lot of people would be super happy if you actually went and did something like that. Now, when it comes down to other possible figures, this is where the conversation starts to get a little bit muddled. So obviously we have Beachhead here, and this is one of those figures who is now becoming a little bit more pricey. So re-releasing him would be great for fans, and it would definitely put definitely put the screws into the scalpers for holding on to these guys and charging outlandish prices for them. So I really wouldn't mind if Beachhead was reissued. It would bring down the prices for the secondary market and definitely give everybody else out there a chance to actually get this wonderful figure. That would be great. But the reality is that this is a figure, although he was a Cobra Island exclusive, I'm not 100% sure that they would actually reissue a figure like Beachhead. He's got a very, very different paint scheme. There was an issue with the actual eye color. A couple of mishaps on that end. And yeah, realistically, Beachhead, although he's a great figure, he is not exactly one of the fan favorites. He might be turning into that now because of the rarity of him, but I'm not really sure that he would be. He's not an army builder. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's really the biggest thing about that. I'm not sure people want 2 or 3 or 4 of Beachhead. Whereas if you are re-releasing something like the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers, those are army builders, and those are guys who definitely. A lot of people will buy 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them, and I think that that's actually something which Hasbro can get behind. So not really 100% sure about Beachhead, but I'm happy if I'm wrong. That would definitely be a happy occurrence, and I think people would be very happy to be able to get Beachheads right now because they're skyrocketing in price. And then we have Roadblock, which, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Unfortunately, the truth is, Roadblock was kind of a peg warmer. To be perfectly, let's all be perfectly honest. Roadblock was a bit of a peg warmer, so I'm not really sure that they would want to reissue Roadblock. He was a great character, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people have said that he looks more like Heavy Duty. He's not your typical Roadblock, and this is the kind of thing that has been It's becoming a big. By the way, that's that's not Roadblock's official gun. That's just something I pulled up from the site here. But yeah, it's definitely something that it's a lot of great customs here that's happening in the community. It's so great being on this site, guys. If you have not joined G.I. Joe Classified Northern Outpost, you really should. I really do suggest checking it out. But yeah, I'm not sure that that Roadblock would be one of the guys who's being reissued. But the big question mark, the really big question mark is still, at the end of the day, the Baroness. The Baroness is a really great figure. A lot of people do have some complaints about the shortcomings. The bike, yeah, it's a little lacking in paint. One of the one of the handles is actually off. You have to peg that in yourself. I think that was to do with the actual packaging and the packaging design. Kind of weird. But the Baroness is a wonderful figure, and I think everybody's been hoping and praying to be able to get their own Baroness. So this one is very interesting because up here in Canada, we've been getting a whole bunch of them as of late. And is that an early indication of what might be happening with the Cobra Coil coming in the near future in Target? Time will tell, but I think it would be awesome if they actually reissued the Baroness. I think everyone will be able to get a chance to finally get her in hand, as her prices have also been consistently high, and it's kind of crazy that way. But come tomorrow, we will see whether or not she's part of that reissue line. It would be very interesting to find out exactly what's happening. Now, that brings us to the other figures who are, in my opinion, more than likely the ones who are going to be reissued. Let's talk about our ever so favorite. If I had to put money on this, I would say that more than likely the Cobra Vipers are the ones who are going to be reissued first. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because they're in the current production run. Because they're in the current production run, that means that it's more easy to reproduce these guys on a moment's notice. Because the factory still has the molds, they're still able to produce these with the same colors, the same styles. It's not difficult to actually reproduce all of these figures as they are. These are the type of figures which, at this current stage, will be able to be mass-produced as quickly as possible. And I do believe that these two, being army builders, are the ones that are going to be reissued the fastest. So, it's my opinion, again, it's just my opinion, that the Cobra Island classified Cobra Vipers are going to be the ones which are going to be announced as being reissued immediately. And you know what? Maybe I'm even saying that wrong, because they're technically still being they're technically still in circulation right now. So I'm not sure if it would be called a reissue or it would be called restocking. We'll have to see. So if we stay up at that line, maybe we're just going to see some additional reissues. But in my opinion, I think that these are the ones who are going to be stocked in abundance. Then we have our favorite explosives expert. Is definitely the other character in the bunch, is probably also going to be readily available, and I think that he's probably going to come out again in in abundance. He came out originally with the Cobra Viper at the beginning of the year, at I believe it was January 1st on New Year's Day. So they've already had their first run. So this being a possible reissue wouldn't be out of the question. Again, his mold just came off of the line. It's easy to reproduce this at this stage. Unlike the Cobra Island Cobra Troopers or Beachheads or even the Cobra Baroness or Roadblock, mainly because those molds have already been used almost a full year ago. So getting those back into production will take some time. Whereas these ones, Firefly, the Cobra Vipers, they're ready to go. The factory still has those molds. They still have everything, all the paint colors, everything that they need to actually start up and reproducing these right away. So it really is my opinion that it'll be an announcement more about Cobra Vipers, Fireflies, and the one that everyone's been talking about lately, mainly because of the controversy behind him. But just like they've already confirmed, there's going to be a ton of Major Bloods, and this is a big deal. Everyone and their mother has been chasing this guy. I myself went through hell trying to actually find him in the wild, and even today, heading out to Toys R Us, giving a call to a couple of different places, they literally have told me, pretty much stopping dead in my tracks, and said, "No, we are not. We have not received any Major Bloods, Cobra Vipers, or Fireflies." And then they said, if you would shout that out on your social media, it would really help. Not knowing who I was, just literally telling everybody that we should pretty much stop calling, because they've been inundated with calls asking about G.I. Joes. So the fact that these are going to start coming out in abundance, this is what I've been always talking about in many of my live streams, many of my not my complaints is the wrong word, but basically I've been trying to reiterate this for multiple times. I don't mind the Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, heck, anybody has exclusives like toys or action figures or whatever. I don't mind that they have these things. What they really need to work on, Hasbro in particular, as well as the market, as well as the purchasing managers for Target and for Walmart, guys, order more product. Order more of these things. They're obviously in demand. You have people lining up out the door first thing in the morning trying to see if you restocked on these figures. Please, 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 order more of these figures. Now that G.I. Joe June has confirmed that these are coming back, please stock these in abundance. The adult collector community is going crazy for this. And you know what? Don't tell me that you don't have the shelf space. Half the time I go into any store, the shelves are empty. So these three figures in particular are coming back. This is something that we have to make sure is in abundance so that people can actually pick them up, so that we can avoid a whole bunch of scalpers getting to them and reselling them on the secondary market. No, we really need these things to come back and be in abundance for everybody so that they can enjoy them. And now that it's been confirmed that these figures are going to be restocked in abundance by Hasbro, it is now up to Target and Toys R Us here in Canada, other retailers who are doing it outside in other parts of the world. Please restock these at an abundance level. Buy as many of them as you can. They will sell out. People are literally climbing over each other to try and get these figures. It's super important that we supply everyone so that every fan out there has a chance at getting these amazing figures. And now that we're finding out that there's going to be a reissue of certain figures, fingers crossed that we're going to start seeing once again in circulation Beachhead, the Cobra Baroness with Cobra Coil, right? The Cobra Island Cobra Troopers. These are this is a dream come true right now. That this is, well, it hasn't come yet. We're still not 100% sure what we're gonna get, but if we start getting some more Cobra Island Cobra Troopers, I think people are gonna lose their minds. If we start getting some more Baronesses, I think people are gonna be super happy. And if we start getting some more Beachheads, I think this is gonna be something that people are gonna be happy for. The prices are going to come down for the secondary market. Everyone's going to be able to get their hands on a set of figures which have been just ridiculously hard to get a hold of. And you know what? It's going to be good for the relationship that Hasbro is having with its fans. Because truthfully, the confidence that Hasbro has had with its fans lately is at an all-time low. And they have to rebuild that trust. So I'm really glad that they're doing right by the fans. That finally, even though it's a little late, but people are still clamoring for these figures. People are still hungry and rabid for all these G.I. Joe figures in the stores. We don't want to pay the scalper prices. We don't want to have to go to the secondary market to get these things. So Hasbro, please, please, please make sure to talk to Target, talk to Toys R Us, get these guys on the shelves. We want these figures in hand. Everyone deserves a chance to be able to get these amazing looking figures. I really implore you, please, make sure that we're able to stock these in abundance at all the retailer partners that you have. Guys, once again, I want to thank the G.I. Joe Classified Northern Outpost for these amazing pictures and all of these announcements that I was able to find today. Without them, this video would not be possible. These guys are doing it right. Support fellow collectors, guys. Join fan groups like G.I. Joe Classified Northern Outpost. They help people to find the figures out there, trying to, give people chances to actually find these in the wild and get their hands on it, so collectors get them and not get them into the hands of scalpers. Guys, we're all collectors at the end of the day. We're all fans. We have to help each other. This is the best way to go about doing that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the possible releases that are going to come and hopefully announced tomorrow at 11:30, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. I'm hoping, anyway. All about G.I. Joe June. Guys, what are your expectations? What are you looking forward to in terms of being restocked for the Cobra Island? Are you looking for all these Cobra Baronesses? Are you looking for, perhaps G.I. Joe Cobra Island Classified Series Cobra Troopers? Or are you expecting that it's going to be the Cobra Vipers who are going to be re-released? Firefly is going to be released. We already know that Major Bludd is going to be released, but wouldn't it be great if all of them were re-released? I think that would be spectacular. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really helps me out. If you have any comments, suggestions on cartoons, toys, collectibles, or anything else you'd like me to review, please leave that in the comments section below, and consider subscribing, as it helps you too to realize I'm doing a good job and you guys enjoy my work. Well, guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. Geek proud.